Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Muharakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, many blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayaf Dawadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. Without any further ado, I'm just going to get right into the lesson. This is 1 Maccabees 1 and 41. It says, Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. So I brought this out because right now you understand that this devil is getting ready to implement his plan, okay, to basically enslave the entire world. Okay, he's using figureheads like Elon Musk. I'm gonna play a video, kind of going into that, and I have an article also that I was kind of looking over, and like I said, these devils, it's an idiotic plan, but it's their plan nonetheless, and that's the plan the Lord gave unto them through Satan. And he's going to try to implement it. He's going to fail, but he's going to still try to implement it, right? So this is an article from RT News. It says, brain chips to replace cell phones in the future. And listen, what have we been telling you? We've been telling you that, hey, you won't have a need for cell phones anymore, because you will become the cell phone. Okay, you will become the pager. Okay, you will become everything that you need to be, right? Because you'll all be on the grid. That's why he's building smart cities, right? The smart city is going to need smart appliances. You are a part of the appliance. He looks at you as cattle. He doesn't look at you as a human being. I'm talking about the so-called white man, of course. He doesn't look at you as anything that needs to be valued. You're nothing more than an android that he uses for his own purposes, his nefarious purposes. Okay? So yeah, this is a cruel Lord that we're under right now, and this is a part of the punishment of the Hebrew Israelites. All right. It says the billionaire's Neuralink company implanted the first chip in human brain last January, and now is gearing up for a second trial, which that already happened. That happened last year. But, the video we're going to play is going to be the result of it, okay? It says cell phones will become obsolete in the future, being replaced by chips that are implanted directly in the human brain, billionaire tech entrepreneur Elon Musk has predicted. His Neuralink biotech company implanted a brain chip for the first time in a 30-year-old quadriplegic Nolan Arba back in January. This is the surgical procedure involved placing the computer chip, which is about the size of a coin, in the region of the brain which controls the intention to move. It says the chip is then used to record and transmit brain signals wirelessly to an app that decodes movement intention. Musk shared his latest prediction in response to a post published on X, formerly Twitter, by a parody account named Not Elon Musk on Sunday. The original message read, would you install a Neuralink interface on your brain to allow you to control your new X phone by thinking? That's why I brought out First Maccabees, right? First Maccabees 1 and 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everybody's gonna have that. Say, look, he's saying this publicly, so it don't matter what race or so-called race that you identify as, or what gender. All right, because Esau got 35,000 genders. Okay, in the real world there's only two, but like I said, it doesn't matter what you identify as. If you want that type of capability, if you want that type of, so-called power, which ain't power, all right, then hey, he's putting it out there. A cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? It says, Musk replied by claiming that in the future there will be no phones, just Neuralinks. Yeah, just androids, human androids, okay? It says, in its press release last year, Neuralink said its precise robotically implanted brain-computer interface, Prime, to Optimus Prime. This devil funny. It says program aims at developing a fully implantable wireless brain-computer interface that would at first grant people the ability to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts. It would later pave the way for a revolutionary treatments for people suffering from various physical disabilities such as paralysis and blindness, as well as illnesses like obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia. In an interview with Joe Rogan in 2018, Musk suggested that Neuralink could also one day allow humans to communicate without using words and possibly also achieve a state of symbiosis, yeah, with artificial intelligence. So they're gonna say you're gonna be able to do all these great things. All right. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. It says, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. And this is a part of profaning the Sabbath, right? He's sacrificing unto idols. Verse 44 says, for the king had sent letters by Jerusalem. It's like, let me read that again. First Maccabees 1:44, call on Yahawashi. It says, for the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and feast days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. And that's exactly what this is going to be doing. But he's going to use a tactic called order out of chaos, okay? But he's selling it as something that's beneficial for everyone, okay? He's selling it as it's beneficial. You should listen to him, right? That's what he's selling it as. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahawah so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they should not escape. And hey, this is no different. This is no different. We understand completely what this devil's trying to do. Okay? We understand it completely. Okay? This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Hey, look, the spirit been on me lately to really be going into these brain chips and things of that nature, especially lately. Because, in the background, everybody's got these little bread and circuses situations set up. You got the NFL getting ready to come in, right? You got the NBA, baseball, WNBA, all this shit to distract you. Okay, you got your girlfriend or your wife or your kids, things that are meant to keep you distracted away from the truth. Okay, keep you and I'm not saying that you don't take time, down times, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But like Esau's using these things as a weapon. He's using time as a weapon. Okay, to try to incapacitate those who are on the right hand side of Yahawashi. It won't work though, but he's still gonna try. Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We understand this devil he ain't going down without a fight. We understand that. All this is going to do is make us step up. Okay? Satan can't have the elect. That's already written. Now, does that mean he's going to stop trying? Hell no. He's going to try even harder. It's just like telling a little child what he can't have in the store. He's going to go grab it anyway. That's Esau. Okay? We're being ruled by an 8-year-old child. The entire world. Okay? It's a goddamn shame, really. All right? It says, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which I never understood what the fuck they got to do with this. Okay? But if you listen hard enough, Esau is going to tell you. This is back in the article. It says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration granted approval for the first ship implementation trial last May, several weeks after the procedure in late January. Musk reported that the man had made a full recovery with no ill effects that we are aware of and was capable of moving a computer mouse around the screen just by thinking it. However, in May, Neuralink acknowledged that it had encountered certain issues after the tiny wires implanted in the brain were diagnosed or dislodged out of position. Nevertheless, the FDA gave the green light for a second human trial. They just acknowledged something that could possibly delete you. And we're just going to gloss right on over that. We're just going to put some ranch on that and just go on and gloss right on over that. We don't even care, right? It says the next experiment, which is reportedly slated for June, will feature a modified procedure whereby a chip will be implanted deeper into the brain to prevent it from retracting. This is according to the media outlet. Another 8 people are expected to take part in further trials by the end of the year, which I'm assuming they already did. Okay. And this devil he's looking to achieve his triumph over the Lord, right? He thinks he's gonna get that, but that's what he's in it for. Okay. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:2. It says that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit nor by word nor by letter from us, as that the day of the Hamashiach is at hand. And look, and it is at hand. The hour of temptation is upon us. He's hiding it from plain view, but we see it though, and we're calling it out. And those of you that are not in the spirit, you ain't paying attention, ain't on your watch, right, are going to get swallowed whole by this system. You're going to choose it openly in front of the Lord and the angels, man. And we already know how the Lord feels about that. All right, this is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Lest Satan have an advantage. All right, we are not ignorant of his devices, man. And this is the main tool. He's seeking to erase the Israelites off the earth. If you're not paying attention, you'll be swallowed whole by this system. 2/3 will not pay attention. That is written. Okay, let's play a video.
For years, Keith Thomas lived out his dream in Manhattan, managing hundreds of people for a Wall Street firm, and few were.
By the way, NBC, fair use. We're just speaking about the Bible. Fair use. We're just speaking about the Bible. Fair use. All right? This is for educational purposes.
Wang him down.
What did you like to do?
Play tennis, go jogging on the river.
But a Long Island pool accident in 2020 changed his whole life. paralyzing the 45-year-old from the mid-chest down and robbing him of sensation and movement in all of his limbs, at least. Until a medical breakthrough at Northwell Health's Feinstein Institute for Medical Research, where lead bioengineer Chad Boughton and his team developed a technology they call a double neural bypass. Chips are implanted in a patient's brain, and the signals for sensation and movement sent back and interpreted through artificial intelligence, and then redirected to the body and spine, creating a loop that could prove life-changing.
Taking someone who had lost the ability to move their limbs, to sense or touch things and actually feel the sensation of that, to restore those abilities to the patient.
Yes, that's exactly right. We have finally discovered that the signals in the brain are still there and strong even after a traumatic injury.
Other neurotechnology companies.
What is he doing in the side of the beast, right? What is he doing in the side of the beast? He's showing miracles, okay? Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwelled on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that beast is talking about the Roman Empire, okay? And even in that, right, we read First Maccabees, which is during the Greek Empire, right, which is also Edomites. They said, let everybody come together and be one under this system. That's what Antiochus was saying. That has not changed. Okay? Let's read that again. Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword, which the Roman Empire fell for a time. Okay, Jake took over, and then Jake fell, and then the Renaissance came upon. And what was the Renaissance, and what does Renaissance mean? To bring back, right? Well, they brought back the Roman Empire. It says, and did have, which had the wound by a sword, and did live, and had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And guess what? They're going to use this as a study to say fair use, YouTube, fair use, NBC. Okay, just using this for educational purposes, but they're going to use this as a case study for the miracles that this technology can provide, causing people to initially, all the completely sleep to choose this system. And then the ones that are skeptical, they're going to use peer pressure, okay, to cause them to come and take it. And then the rest of them, they're just going to get rid of, okay, in the name of eugenics or, some type of made up, system that they're going to have to come up with. But it's going to be order out of chaos, because they created this chaos, and then they're studying it, and then they come in with the solution. All right, the Hegelian, okay? Right? Problem, reaction, solution.
Companies like Elon Musk's Neuralink have implanted chips in patients to assist functionality, but recovery and restoring damaged neurons appears to be new ground.
Is it wild to you to think that you have become the first person to sort of blaze this path and show that it's possible?
Yeah.
We watched as Keith managed movements that only months ago would have been impossible.
That's actually sensory data.
From picking up a cup
What are you feeling, Keith?
Like, a jolt of energy.
to navigating a quick bite of Twizzlers.
Got it.
Last year, surgeons managed to place those chips in Keith's brain in areas that they spent months mapping out, leading to incremental improvements. And then, a watershed moment.
I'm ready.
When Keith actually felt his sister's palm for the first time since the accident.
That was an incredible moment, and there wasn't a dry eye in the lab.
And with 5 million people living in the U.S. with paralysis and 100 million worldwide, the significance is hard to overstate.
It really hit me. In that moment, I felt like he's experiencing something he hadn't experienced in a long time, and that there's hope. There's hope for the future.
In the midst of a lot of misfortune, do you feel pretty fortunate?
Yeah, I do feel pretty fortunate.
A story whose next chapter is only beginning to be told. Sam Brock, NBC News, Long Island.
Yeah, so you already see where they're going with this. All right? They're going to have the power to do miracles in the sight of the beast. And people are going to be like applauding this shit, man. Not understanding that this is going to enslave. This is for your enslavement. Okay? This is for your enslavement. This is not meant to free you. This is to enslave you. But only the elect don't get it anyway. Yeah, the rest of everybody's just gonna have to figure it out once all the slaughtering starts. Okay? And they get all mad at us and stuff like we're supposed to feel sorry. I'm not gonna feel sorry for you, especially if you're an Israelite. You were warned just like I was warned, just like everybody else was warned. The difference is we took seriously what the Heavenly Father was saying. You didn't. Okay? This is Romans 11:4. It says, "But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal." Come on, man. Only the elect will overcome this system. They'll take whatever comes with it. Not taking, they're gonna take whatever comes with not taking this system, not bowing the knee, right? Verse 5, it says, "Even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace." That's right. All right, verse 7, it says, "What then? Israel have not obtained which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." And the rest of them are going to take this. They're going to look at that and be like, "Oh, that is so sweet. Just in case, look, technology is not evil. You guys are evil. You're twisting the Bible." Scripture says, read this, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. We're supposed to break this down so that you understand the evils of this world and who actually rules this world. If they have the power to do that and you can see it on a nationally televised news station, guess what? The wicked are in charge. Okay? Meanwhile, we do lessons like this and we getting blacklisted and, broadcast cut. Okay, they hitting it up with copyright strikes. By the way, fair use YouTube. Okay, verse 8, it says, "According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, even that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day." And so you're not going to understand what this message is saying to you through the Bible. The Bible is trying to demonstrate to you that there's no way you're going to be able to get around this system. You're not going to be able to just avoid, right, trying to be integrated in the system. Everybody's going to have to go through the hour of temptation. Everyone. You, your mama, your cousin, your granddaddy, whoever's left on this earth, they're going to all have to go through the hour of temptation. Okay? The difference is the elect is going to pass the test. This is Romans 11:9. It says, "And David saith," it says, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them, lest their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back alway. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? Most High forbid, but rather." So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm at work right now, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on up. I want to give all praises going on to Yahawah, Sham, Shah, Shem, Kadash. Shalom to the elect.